state senator from Wisconsin, representing the 27th District of Wisconsin, State Senator John Erpenbach is on the line with us. Senator Erpenbach, I have that right?
Yes, you do.
Okay, great. You are one of the noble 14 senators who decided to do essentially what the Republicans in the United States Senate did for the first 2 years of the of the Obama administration, to say, no, on principle, I'm not going to go along. Well, I don't think they were doing it on principle, but we're not going to go along with you. We're going to filibuster. And the only way you can filibuster in Wisconsin is by denying a quorum, which you guys did. Mm-hmm. So first of all, I wanted to thank you for standing tall for America, for Wisconsin, and for the working people.
Well, thanks, Tom. I appreciate that.
And secondly, there's an article in the front page of today's Wall Street Journal that strongly suggests that you guys are just about to throw in the towel. Tell me what's going on.
Well, actually, we're not. What was kind of taken out of context in the Wall Street Journal today, and that's going to happen, I guess, every once in a while. We are today where we always have been, in the fact that we're reaching out to the other side to try and get some sort of compromise, and so we've been taking it day by day. And that's what we're doing right now. Today we're in Illinois, reaching out to the other side. I know our Democrat leader, Mark Miller, sent a letter to Governor Walker and Senator Fitzgerald asking them for a face-to-face meeting, and I understand the governor is going to reply in a press conference in a couple of minutes. But, we're in a situation right now where every single poll in the state of Wisconsin, Tom, and it doesn't matter if it's a left-leaning poll, a right-leaning poll, or a poll right down the middle, 60% plus of the people want the governor to compromise on this and take the proposal that's been offered up to him. I know that the governor's numbers personally are heading south, and so are the Senate Republicans. You couple that with some pretty vigorous recall efforts going on in the state right now, and you got to figure that at some point the Republicans are going to say, okay, enough of this, let's just sit down and make a deal.
Senator Erpenbach, first of all, do you think that Scott Walker is listening to you, or is he so dedicated to being the next Ronald Reagan and running for vice president in 2012 or president in 2016 or whatever, senator or something, that he just thinks this is his moment and he's not connected to reality? That's
a really good question. I can tell you the agenda that's being pushed in Wisconsin right now isn't the agenda that Wisconsinites want. I mean, that's clear. People have pretty strong opinions about unions one way or the other, but they're all pretty united behind the issue of collective bargaining. That's clear in every single poll. It's hard to lead the state when, nobody wants to follow. And so it would be incumbent upon the governor, if I'm the governor, to not so much listen to what the Koch brothers and others to say to me, but I'd be taking a look at what's going on in my state to try and get people behind me. And he's made every effort to do so and has failed to this point. So you got to wonder who truly is driving the bus in Wisconsin. Is it the national agenda, or is it hopefully calmer heads prevailing and talking to the governor to try and get him to back down a little bit?
Well, it seems to me like it's the Koch brothers out of Wichita, but or wherever they happen to live. I'm sure they have homes all over the world, but particularly given the way David Koch, I'm so glad you called.
It's supposed to show you, Tom. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
You're right. Senator Erpenbach, what's the message that you would like to? 3.5 million Americans are listening and watching right now. How many? What do you want to say to them?
Well, basically, I want them to take a look at the bigger picture here. It's not just collective bargaining, but what happens after collective bargaining if these changes are made. Essentially, what's going to happen to the middle class, not only in Wisconsin, but obviously around the country. That's what the real battle is all about right now, and just the fact that the middle class in Wisconsin has always been strong. Very strong, and this is a direct assault on that, both indirectly and directly. If you take a look at what this means for shop owners on Main Street all throughout Wisconsin, if Governor Walker gets his way, a lot of spendable income is gone. A lot of privatizing of jobs will be done. When that happens, it usually costs government more money, which means all of us more money, and you have less accountability. So there's all sorts of things at play here. But basically, the fight is about the middle class in Wisconsin, and it's going to be coming to a state near you.
And the tractors are showing up this week, I understand.
Yeah, that's what I understand. I understand Wisconsin, as you know, we're famous for our dairy products, and a lot of farmers will be bringing their tractors up to the square, from what I understand, and that's a cool thing to see.
Yeah. Apparently, I didn't realize this. John Nichols was on last hour and was telling me about it, that farmers get their somehow get their health insurance, many of them through Medicare, Medicaid, whatever, and that I should have asked John for more description because I'm sure I'm mangling the description. But many of these farmers are looking at cuts in their health care services as a consequence of Walker's budget. Can you explain that?
Yeah, actually, Tom, it was a piece of legislation that I wrote called Co-op Care, which allows farmers and any farm-related business or farm-related entity to join together for purchasing pools for their health care. And if you're trying to get insurance and you're a farmer, it's very, very expensive for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's a very dangerous job to have. And secondly, the average age of the farmer isn't, 32 years old anymore.
Right.
So it's very hard to get insurance. When you do, it's affordable. So the idea was to allow them to pool together. And, when you pool together, you have bargaining power. You have I call it the Costco plan. Just get everybody together. Let them go pick where they want to, but let them spread out the risk.
Right.
And they've been able to do so. And, if I'm them, I would be really concerned about not only what the governor wants to do with various Medicaid programs, but just insurance, health insurance overall. Obviously, his goal is to drive it to the private sector as much as he possibly can and let the individual fend for themselves when there really isn't any competition at all when it comes to insurance. There isn't.
Right. And therefore, they're next. And they get it. Yep. Senator John Erpenbach, he is the Wisconsin State Senator from the 27th District, one of the 14 noble gentlemen who has decided to filibuster the Wisconsin Senate until the lapdog for the Koch brothers comes to his senses. Senator, thank you so much for your service to your state and your country.